Monday. What is the day after? Tuesday. The sun setting, sun rising. You know, one of our scholars called Ibn al-Qayyim, may Allah have mercy upon him, he said it's illogical, this universe without creator. You can see this universe is being taken care of. Order, everything, understand? When one of our scholars called Sheikh Fawzan, he said that if everything is randomness, let us be true to our statement. If everything is randomness, then how come every woman give a birth to a child? Because if it's randomness, what it means, because we have to be true to our statement. Randomness meaning anything can happen. A woman can give birth to chicken give birth to a rat give birth to elephant. Because it's randomness, everything's happening. You understand? The fact that we see order, knowledge, you know, even you grew up, Allah created you as a weak child. You grew up, and you go back to what? To become weak again. Even the trees and everything, they grew up to become stronger, then they become weak. That Allah shown us, all of you are weak except Allah. All of us, you know, subhanallah. So Allah has shown that He's the all-powerful. What I'm saying to you, sister, this from a rational argument. Also from a rational argument, okay, let me ask you, who knows the future in details? No one except a creator, because why? If I create a phone, if I'm the first person to make a phone from scratch, no one knows about the phone in details except who? Except me. Because I made it from scratch, yeah? Likewise, now when you come to Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, he said he was a messenger of the Most High, the Creator Allah. He came with the prophecies about the future. You don't have to be a Muslim to see it. You can see it even if you are not a Muslim. Prophet Muhammad told us it will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man, the Bedouins, competing in building tall buildings. Yeah? When the Prophet Muhammad mentioned that, alayhi salatu wasalam, that was 1,400 years ago. Let me ask you, where is the tallest building in the world? Who said Dubai? Let's answer. Not cheating exam, brother. Exam not cheating, yeah? Yeah. You know, is it in Dubai, yeah? Burj Khalifa. Yeah, Burj Khalifa. Who's competing with them is Saudi. So the question you ask yourself, how a man that existed 1,400 years ago, when there was no any indication in the Arab Peninsula, when there were people of tents, they didn't even have proper houses. You know, they were barefooted people, they were shepherds. There were no any indication to indicate that will happen. Rather, historically speaking, from Muslim sources and non-Muslim sources, that the Romans and the Persians, back in those days, they were great empires. They were coming after the Prophet Muhammad's followers. So it was more likely, there was more proof that Prophet Muhammad's followers, they will perish. The Arab, they're going to perish. But what happened? They became leaders. And what happened? They start competing in building tall buildings. The question, how a man that existed 1,400 years ago, telling us about something, not randomly, specifically, precisely. Because why? He said he's a messenger of Allah. The other thing, you know about interest? Interest, yeah. Yeah, interest usually, like banks. Yeah, when they borrow you 10,000, you have to give it back 15,000, yeah? Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam told us, it will come a time when interest will become widespread. Even if you are not involved directly, it will affect you. Wait, this is so powerful. This cannot be coming just you guessing. No. You become widespread. Even if you're not involved directly, it will affect you. Now, but therefore, if you open a bank account, you are involved in interest, even if you don't like it. The question, how this man who existed 1,400 years ago in the middle of nowhere is coming with his prophecies. So what I'm doing, I showed you a rational argument about Allah's existence. Likewise, I'm strengthening it more stronger about this man who is coming with these prophecies, not just prophecies. I can go on about prophecies. I'll give you another prophecy that Prophet Muhammad mentioned. Prophet Muhammad mentioned when he was in Mecca, he had very few followers. And his followers, they were getting punished and tortured by the Arab pagans, the leaders who rejected his message, yeah? So Prophet Muhammad was telling his companions at that time in Mecca, he's telling them, you're going to conquer Persia and Persia and Byzantine and the Romans, yeah? And back in those days, Persians and the Romans, they had, the world was divided into two. Either you belong to the Persian Empire or to the Byzantine Empire, yes? So the point here is, that he's telling them that you will overpower them. There's an English historian, he said this prophecy is like crazy. How he's telling the people, there were few of them, they were being punished and tortured, they're gonna overpower. They were scared for their lives just with their own people, like them, normal people, let alone Persia and Byzantine. Historically speaking, the time of the Prophet Umar ibn Khattab, who was the companion of Prophet Muhammad, Khalid ibn al-Walid, one of the Muslim soldier, he defeated Persia and Byzantine. Both of them at the same time. Also, Prophet Muhammad also in the Quran. You know, there is no any doubt, sister. You have to understand, there is a huge war against Islam. There is a big campaign. In Australia itself, by itself, there's every day many articles speaking in a negative way about Islam. Yeah? Likewise in Britain, likewise in France, likewise in Belgium, Germany and so on. But we know the fastest growing religion in the Western world is what? It's Islam. Recently, there's a statistics came out that Christianity is declining, Islam is inclining. Yeah? But guess what? Allah mentioned that in the Quran 1400 years ago. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. It is Allah who sent his Prophet Muhammad with Islam in order for Islam to overpower all other religions, to prevail. Now this statement, Allah mentioned this 1400 years ago. Now there is many barriers, because you have to understand the opponents of the Muslims, they have strong material, they have strong money, they have more money than us, yes? Big companies, but yet Islam is spreading. You know who's doing the job? The creator of everything. Because if you look at it from material point of view, the Muslims don't really have a strong social media like how the Western world controls social media. So from material point of view, if you get what doesn't make any sense to me. These guys, they don't even have enough tools to overpower the Western media to defend their religion, but Islam is spreading. Because it's not us doing the job, it's Allah, the creator of everything. You understand? Also, what I was going to mention, so far, what do you think what I said before I carry on?
It's interesting. I had a conversation with somebody else before, and he sort of walked me through the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely, there are some interesting things.
Yeah, because you know when I have discussion, I will make sure that everything's clear before I move on. Yeah. And also what makes special about Islam as well, and show that Islam from God, yeah, from the creator of everything, and Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. You know, Islam came to preserve 5 things. Pay attention to this. Yeah? Islam came to preserve 5 things. Islam came to preserve religion. What does that mean when we say Islam came to preserve religion? I mean, in Islam, worshipping Allah alone and keeping Islam the way it is very important. And anyone who tries to break down that, there is a capital punishment for it. Understand? And we're going to show you why there is capital punishment for breaking Islam or going against Allah. Yeah? Because when you worship Allah alone and you follow Islam, that's the first thing. Islam came to preserve religion. Because when you don't have the true God, we start following our desires. Correct? Today, it's very sad what we see. Some people do identify themselves as a rabbit, as yes, that's the reality. Yeah, they will lie. You know, seriously, there is a woman. She in California. She was in a changing room. A man came in, and she was very surprised. Non-Muslim. She called. She said, "I was changing," and this man. She said, "You have to respect him because why? He identified himself as a woman." You know. So, and Allah mentioned that in the Quran, by the way, this is another prophecy. Allah mentioned in the Quran, there's a verse that Satan will inspire people to change Allah's creation. To make it clear to you, sister, imagine I say to you, look, sister, I feel like I'm armless. I'm what? Armless. Yeah? Even though clearly you see I have an arm. But you know, but I feel I was born in the wrong body. I'm armless. Would you help me to cut it off?
It's actually a thing. People do that.
I'm asking, would you help me? No way, because you can see you're a smart girl. How on earth we are taking people's money, taxes, to go help a man because he feels something good in him, cut off everything. And that's what Allah mentioned in the Quran, the meaning of it. The meaning of it will indicate that they will change Allah's creation. Yes, the verse about the animals, but also it's general. And that's what we see now. And this is the outcome of not having the true God. When you have no God, because everything becomes subjective. That's why they say the truth according to you. The truth according to him. But that leads to what? It leads to destruction. Because I can do some evil things and I say, no. You believe it's wrong because according to you. But it's right according to me, so we have to respect one another. You have to respect another because you cannot force me. But Islam comes in now. That leads to destruction. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, if the truth follow people's desires, the heavens and the earth will be corrupted. What does that mean, the verse? It means that if the truth starts, if the people start dictating what is the truth, then everyone has desires. So the first one, Islam came to preserve religion, all right? Worshipping God alone. Secondly, Islam came to preserve intellect. That's why in Islam, smoking drugs and drinking alcohol is forbidden. Thirdly, Islam came to preserve wealth. That's why gambling and interest is forbidden. Fourthly, Islam came to preserve marriage and lineage and heritage. That's why fornication, adultery is forbidden. Fifthly, Islam came to preserve life. That's why taking anything harming your body, committing suicide, killing innocent people is forbidden. These 5 things that Islam came to preserve, if we do preserve them, we will have a healthy society, a good society. And in Islam, not just preserve them by, no, even there's a punishment for that. What is the opposite of that? Alcohol. Is alcohol good for us? Alcohol is bad for us, individually and collectively, all right? Like gambling is bad for us, individually and collectively. Interest make the rich richer, poor poorer. So, yes, there is some people are benefiting from these vices. Likewise, fornication, destroy families, households, you know? So, and all of this evil goes back to the greatest evil, which is when you turn away from your Creator. When you start worshiping a false God, or you turn away from your Creator. And like I said, yes, there is some people benefiting from these vices. That's why these vices, which I have mentioned to you, is bad for us. In many countries, it's been glamorized and promoted and glorified. Why? Because those who are, when I say the people, the elite, no, I'm not talking about like president, no, there's secret societies who are making money from the suffering of the people. They don't care about us. They care about their pockets. Bankers and so on, they don't care if you kill yourself, as long as they're making money. That's why here, that's the point. You have to understand this point very well. That's why majority of times, those who are very hostile to Islam are those who are in power, because they look at Islam as a threat for their business. Because Islam is coming to protect you and protect society from alcohol, drugs, gambling and so on, but I'm making money from that. So I'm going to look at you as an evil man, even though you're a good woman. So what I'm going to do, because I'm a rich man, I'm going to utilize my money to make you look bad, even though you're a good person. How is happening now? Through the media. Yeah? But the question you ask yourself, how a man that existed 1,400 years ago is coming with a perfect way of life. On the other hand, we have these politicians who studied in the best universities around the world. They cannot resolve the problems we are facing. Because that man is a messenger of the Creator of everything. And the Creator of everything, when he legislates something for you, he will not legislate something to harm you. And let me show you when we do not follow God, we start following our desires. I can go to off license. You know off license, yeah? He's selling alcohol, correct? And I'm selling drugs, والعياذ بالله. The police will come and arrest me. Even though what I'm selling can cause lesser harm than the alcohol that is being sold in off license, yes? So, and majority of crimes in Britain, according to my knowledge, because of alcohol. So why I'm not allowed to sell drugs, and why the person off license is allowed to sell alcohol, even though it causes harm and it leads people to do crimes? Because that's when you have desires. When you have desires, I love alcohol, so what I'm going to do is say alcohol is okay. I don't like drugs, so I'm going to say it's not okay. You see? And that's what Allah mentioned in the Quran. So when you say Islam is a perfect way of life. That's why it's impossible for one man to come with this legislation, detailed legislation. Because now if you have a country, you have to get experts in war, experts in economy, experts in society, experts in many things. Islamic society is based upon one man's teaching in every field, in marriage, in divorce, in war, in peace, in everything, in transactions. No way in the history one man can come with this detailed legislation, except of course Moses is a prophet. We believe that. If someone say Moses, I say yeah, just prove my point. I believe Moses is a prophet. So I'm saying when you reflect upon Islam, there's overwhelming proofs, either intellectual proofs, tangible proofs, that Islam is the truth. You see? What do you think what I said so far about this legislation and so
Very
on?
interesting.
Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah.
Shamsi,
Yeah.
I just want to add something.
Yeah, go on.
Because we have discussion like in the university about that when we speak about the Creator and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, we know what happened because I'm Muslim and the Muslim know that. But they always ask me this question, I don't know how to answer it. What happened before Big Bang? I know it's not exists,
I mean,
but
I don't,
answer that.
I don't believe I don't believe in Big Bang to be.
Yeah, but they
we don't
believe
believe. We believe create. Yeah, but there's no proof for it.
Yeah.
I believe this universe create, no doubt, and it's something which is well rooted in us. Like you and I and the clouds. We were not here. Just the cloud was not here yesterday. It's coming to existence. Understand? Anyway, we believe as a Muslim, this is not the first creation of Allah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name is Al-Khallaq, the extensive creator. There was other creation. You understand? So Allah mentioned that because that's why the reason we rejected Big Bang, because the Big Bang says time and space came into existence after. But no, in the Quran shows there was time and space before that, because the throne exists before that, the throne of Allah. Okay, there was a water before that. So the brothers out there stop using, because what happens? Some Muslims, they want to try to prove Islam is the truth, so they use science. This science is a fake science. There's two types of science. There's a hardcore science and there's a fake science. Hardcore science, one make a phone, one make a wash machine. But this science about cosmology, a lot of it is assumption, just guesswork. All right. So the point here is that yes, there's other creation. There's other creation. How Allah knows best. I don't know. But we know before that there was a throne, there was a water. Before that, yes, yeah.
The other
But one thing before,
Of course.
I just want to mention something. There's another verse in the Quran. Yeah, Allah said, "Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in." أم هم الخالقون أم خلقوا السماوات والأرض بل لا يوقنون. Would they create by nothing, or did they create themselves? Look to this logical, rational argument. And by the way, Allah is not asking as an open question. This is called rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. Yeah, I mean, Allah is rebuking you. How can you think you came without a creator? So let us see. Allah said, "Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in." Will you create by nothing, or do you create yourself? So let us see this universe. If I say to you, this universe was created by nothing, would you accept that? Nothing, by the way, non-existent.
I always thought it's maybe randomness.
Randomness is not an entity. Randomness is an action that someone do.
Nobody really knows what happened before the Big Bang.
No, but let us reflect. Let us use our sound reasoning. Like the phone, you haven't seen the person who made the phone, and you haven't seen what happened before he made the phone. But you utilize your sound reasoning, your natural inclination to know is made. It's impossible to randomness to create iPhone. Okay? Okay. If I say to you iPhone was made by a rock, would you accept that? Okay. If I say to you iPhone was made by a child that is 2 years old, would you accept that? Okay, a rock has energy, by the way. A child has energy and it has little knowledge. But looking at the phone and looking at the child, it's impossible for this beautiful, well-designed, organized phone to be created by a child, yeah? But if I say to you the iPhone was made by someone who has PhD, how to make a phone, you accept it. Okay? Who's more complicated and more defined and more organized? The phone or your eyes? Your eyes. Yeah. So how your eyes, you saw, like I said to you, this creation was created by randomness. By iPhone, you will not believe it was created even by a child. No randomness, because randomness is not entity, sister. Randomness is something. Imagine I'm walking and I'm just going like this. I'm start hitting people. Someone would say randomness. Randomness is not Shamsi. Randomness, you are describing action. Okay? So an action needs what? A doer. And a doer is an entity. So you are telling me randomness creates. Randomness doesn't create. Randomness needs an action. An action is doer. You see? Which doesn't make any sense. That's why, out of respect, that's what's happening in universities and colleges and schools. They tell them, say it was created by randomness or by chance. Chance is not entity. Chance is not something that exists by itself in reality. You understand? Chance is an action that you do and you just do it like that. You understand? So my point here is, I just debunked that randomness creates, which doesn't make any sense. I have respect. Wallahi, I have respect. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, either this universe, including Yusuf, was created by non-existent or by a creator who is powerful, has a perfect knowledge, which we can see the manifestation of the knowledge and the wisdom and the power. We can see. So that's why logically speaking, rationally, naturally, you incline toward there is a creator for this beautiful creation. Make sense? Alhamdulillah.